offering my most loving pranams at Bhagavan's divine lotus feet. Sai Ram to everyone. It is an honor to be present here, and it's been a learning experience to listen to every speaker yesterday. On behalf of my counselors and on behalf of the Department of Counseling, Sri Sathya Sai Institute Higher Medical Science, Whitefield, I offer my gratitude to the organizers, to Dr. Sundaresh, as well as to each one of you for giving us this opportunity to share what we do at the Whitefield Hospital in the counseling department. I start my talk with a short prayer, the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Emotions are celebrated and repressed, analyzed and medicated, adored and ignored, but rarely, if ever, have they ever been honored. So in a nutshell, I think we at the counseling department try to understand the human side of medicine, the person who is the patient, by listening with empathy, compassion to the emotions of every patient. It is purely Swami's divine sankalpa which made all of this happen for us. I think I may need a little help from Sindhu. It's kind. Yeah. This is the first slide, Swami's Sankalpa. So by that, what exactly do we mean? I don't think this department would have ever come into being had it not been for Swami designing it through his divine Sankalpa, as well as making sure that this program continued ever since the inception of the Whitefield Hospital. So it goes back to the year 2000, when Swami called me and he said, take care of my patients. And I'm not qualified in the medical field at all. And I was wondering, what exactly did Swami mean by saying, take care of my patients? At that point, it never occurred to us that he was talking about the emotional quotient of every patient. And I'm very happy to share with all of you that it's not just the patients that we counselors handle, but we take care of even the caregivers of the patients, the emotions of the caregivers of the patients. Sindhu, has it come? The next slide, beta. Can I see it on the screen, ma? Then it'll be easier for me. I need to be able to see my PowerPoint presentation on the screen, please. Yeah. So now which is the button? It's this one. Thank you. This is an iconic figure of Swami checking the heartbeats of an individual. He's Dr. M.B. Sundar Rao. And what exactly happened on that particular day is something which I wish to share with each one of you. Swami is not just listening to the heartbeats of the doctor. When the doctor took a new batch of stethoscopes for the then fledgling state of the GH, the General Hospital, way back in 1976. So he wanted Swami to bless it, and there were so many doctors gathered around, and of course the general public. And in 1976, Swami said, let me first listen to the daya in your heart. So he split the word hridaya into hr and daya, and he said, let me listen to the compassion quotient in your heart, Dr. Sundar Rao. I think throughout yesterday, this was the trail of thought which ran right from the beginning till the end. It is only Swami who can listen to our heart. And later on, he said, I'll listen to your heartbeats later. So the Hrid, the Daya part, is what he created this counseling department for. So years later, about more than 2 decades later, Dr. Sundar Rao's son, Mr. Umesh Rao, had to undergo a very major emergency surgery. And that surgery was nothing but replacement of the mitral valve, the MVR. And it just happened all of a sudden, overnight. And as a family, we only had Swami. We always have had only Swami and will continue to have only Swami to guide us. Even to this day, he's the guiding force. And that is when Swami sent word saying, let the surgery take place at Bangalore, at one of the corporate hospitals. And he did not want us to shift my husband, Umesh Rao, from Bangalore to the Whitefield Hospital. To the Puttaparthi Hospital. So we had him admitted there, an emergency surgery under Swami's guidance to the doctors of that hospital was done. And today, at the age of 86, going on 87, if he's here, it is purely divine grace, faith in the divine, as well as blessings of Swami. So what did he as a patient and me as a caregiver and our family as caregivers, what exactly did we experience? What was the experience? I think Swami actually chose us to take care of this aspect mainly because we had the experience. Experience of being a patient, experience of being a caregiver. That has helped us put the program together. Sincere thanks to the trustees, especially Sri Ratnakar and Sri Prasadji and Sri Chakravartiji, for all their help and support in making sure that this program continued. Sincere thanks to the directors, late Dr. Safaya, Dr. A.S. Hegde, Dr. Swarna Bharadwaj, Dr. Sundaresh, Dr. Shekhar Rao, and Dr. Sundaresh again, who continues to guide us and to help us with all that we plan for the future. Swami has been a divine counselor, and he's taught that healing can be introduced with love. Love is the main ingredient of healing. And what we do at the Department of Counseling, we see every patient admitted for cardiac surgery, cardiology, and neurosurgery at 4 different intervals. Because the concerns of the people, of the patient, of the caregiver, is very different at every stage. So when I say 4 different stages, I'm talking first about the PAP and the PAC stage, even before they are admitted. So we've got a very beautiful system in place, and this system would not have happened had it not been for the support of the executives of the hospital, the managers of the hospital, our nursing team at the hospital, and of course, our dear counseling team. So we've kind of working together in a milieu. The environment of the hospital has provided this facility. So what exactly then do we do when we take, let's say, the first batch of PAP or the PAC patients? These are patients who are highly stressed because they don't even know whether the suffering will come to an end at the hospital. So yesterday there was a talk about continuum, about, Dr. Molpur was speaking about it. Now we start right there at the grassroots level. And a beautiful, serene space has been the blessing which we have received from Swami at the hospital. So our counselors receive the patients. A very soothing music is played in the background. as the patients and the caregivers enter our department from the PAP. They're made to sit, and that's where the different factors which was discussed yesterday is put to use. We definitely have honed the skills of unconditional, positive regard, which is love. So we receive them in a very loving way. We make them sit with the music in the background, and then we introduce the therapy. So there are two parts to our counseling. One is the counseling, the other is the therapy. The therapy part is when we introduce Dr. Herbert Benson's relaxation response, which is very, very similar to our yoga practice. So the entire physical body, we kind of help them to release the tensions from wherever they may experience tensions, starting from the toes, part by part, with every breath, and we make sure that they do the abdominal breathing and not shallow chest breathing. This is something which is introduced by the counselors, and this is a training which we have given all our nursing students. So that was in Swami Sankalpa, because the Whitefield College has the College of Nursing, and the College of Nursing students are being taught lessons in compassion, lessons in relaxation. And that is something which is very valuable to them wherever they may go in the world. So these students are trained, and when they intern at the hospital, and when these patients are admitted in the hospital, that's the second stage of counseling, when they teach them the body relaxation. But here at the counseling center, our counselors, they give them space to reach out to the God of their choice. They pray to the God of their choice. Right now, we are going to make you all listen to the prayer offered by the daughter of one of the patients who suffered from coronary arterial disease, who was still in the PAP space, not admitted, and the daughter didn't know whether he would get admitted here. He was being evaluated. So her prayer reaching out to Allah is something which I would like all of you to listen, because why is it necessary to take care of the caregivers? Is it necessary at all? Yes, it is, because the caregiver matters a lot. If her emotions are in a lovely, quiet space of Shanti, her or him, they will definitely be able to. Yeah. Beta, just press this. Can you play that, please?
मैं टेप कर मैं पढ़ूं? हाँ, आप पढ़िए कलमा जरा सुनिए सब। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन। ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन। ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमान। टेप कर अंत सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन। ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन। ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। रब्बना आतिना फिद दुनिया हसनतन व फिल आखिरति हसनतन व क़िना अज़ाबन्नार। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह। या अल्लाह तू रहीम है, या अल्लाह तू करीम है, या अल्लाह तू जब्बार, या अल्लाह तू सातों आसमान का आका है, हम सबका आका है अल्लाह, हम सबका मालिक है। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मोहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह। या अल्लाह हमारे साथ जितने भी मरीज़ हैं अल्लाह, उन सबको अच्छी सेहत अता फरमाइए। या अल्लाह उन सबको हर मुश्किलों से दूर अता फरमाइए। या अल्लाह सबको यहाँ से हंसी खुशी अपने अपने घरों में पहुँचाइए। या अल्लाह उनके दिलों की तकलीफ़ात को दूर अता फरमाइए। या मेरे रब्बिल आलमीन, या मेरे दो जहां का मालिक, तकलीफ देने वाला भी तू है अल्लाह, तकलीफ लेने वाला भी तू है मेरा मौला। हम सब बर्दाश्त करने के काबिल नहीं है अल्लाह। हमें उतनी तकलीफ दे अल्लाह जितना हमें बर्दाश्त कर सके मेरे मौला। या अल्लाह यहाँ जितने भी दर्द से भरे अल्लाह उन सब की किस्मत खुशियों से भर दे अल्लाह। उनकी इलाज आसान कर दे अल्लाह। या रब्बिल आलमीन, या मेरे अल्लाह, या मेरे मौला, मेरे बाबा का सब तकलीफ दूर अता फरमा। मेरे बाबा नहीं सह सकते अल्लाह, तू ले ले अल्लाह। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह।
This is just an example of how important it is to give them the space to honor their emotions and to make sure that they're able to reach out to the God of their choice. So we kind of started in a very humble way, and right now we are a full-fledged department, and these are the numbers which we see from January till May. This is the number of cardiology patients who have benefited, cardiology patients as well as the caregivers. 8,273 is the number of beneficiaries through the BRMC, the relaxation and the prayers. 4,906 for neurosurgery. And how exactly did we put the program together? Experience, which led to observation and reflections, which developed new ideas, and we tested these ideas, and again we went back with new experiences. This is our mentor, Dr. Mia Leisen, who taught us experiential, existential counseling program, and she guided us to be able to practice Carl Rogers' philosophy. And Dr. Judith Moore, when the two of us had gone in 2008 to make our presentation on Sai counseling, she says there is now a body of work in our tradition which sees the spiritual dimension as potentially the cutting edge of person-centered work. And it would be important for your contribution to the conference to draw on this and indeed to extend it by focusing on the clinical applications which you are already employing. So our hospital, Swami's Hospital at Whitefield, we are already practicing this. We learned a lot through Dr. Lawrence Savitt as well as Dr. Herbert Benson. And this is our counseling team where the NCAD chairperson came to interview each one of us. And he had this to say about our team. He said the Sai counseling program has been an impressive innovation in Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Science, the process through which it gains legitimacy in the large organization sets a remarkable example on how an innovative practice gradually emerges, grows, and spreads inside an organization. So Sai counseling is all about fostering spirituality by understanding the emotions of the individual. We have trained counselors who take care of this, and we continue training the nursing students. And this is our team of counselors, and we actually work on the love which we have received from Swami. And these are the patients. You can see the couple here praying for their son who's admitted in neuro ICU. And first they practice the BRMC, and they move on to be able to render prayers to the God of their choice. The team support from our sisters and nursing interns is just something which we can't ever not be grateful for. Creating awareness training program for College of Nursing staff and students. This is a full-fledged program which we have. A quiet atmosphere in the cardiac ward. We have created the space, Swami has created the space for all cardiac patients in the ward itself, and is supported by the sisters of the cardiac ward, because you never know when a person's emotion is going to need support, or a person will need support emotionally. Quiet atmosphere in the neurosurgery ward, and these are the people who help us. And the center picture speaks of the patients who every day they are seen in the morning and on the day of discharge. This is the shrine of the counseling department where you see them practicing the body relaxation. We have been given a chapter in the interdisciplinary applications of person-centered counseling where they bridge the gap between counseling, the Sai way, and person-centered counseling. the 3 core elements of the person-centered approach, which has beautifully been integrated in the Sai counseling, and this is the body relaxation. And this lady had lost her daughter all of a sudden, and she really was referred to us by the neuro OPD. And here at the counseling, for the first time, she stopped speaking for a month and a half. For the first time, she kind of was able to unburden herself to an individual, and this is because of Swami's love and the type of love which we create for the patients and the caregivers. Now, transformation, here is a young wife, very scared of high-risk surgery, and the transformation post-surgery. Counseling helped her tide over this, and we see combinations of joy and sorrow. We see gratitude, and it's the many facets of gratitude, cured and healed. And here is a patient praying for her son. This is the son who is suffering from glioma. The spiritual dimension and faith helps her heal. A person who's lost her everything in the tsunami, how she comes out of it. Counseling did help these individuals. We have a magazine called Antardhwani, and we have printed a book called Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, which carries stories of patients. Swami blessing us, blessing the entire team of counselors, because in 2010 we offered our work at Mayo, and these are the results. They commence. Sai Ram to all of you. Sorry for taking extra time, but our gratitude to Swami and our gratitude to each one of you. Sai Ram.